the Maryland Terrapins, sixth season under Coach Mike Locksley, who's been a pretty good coach for them, and they've had some good years. I think their expectations were fairly high coming into this year. They were 8-5 last year, and they had a few solid bowl seasons under Locksley since 2019, but this year was just really, really bad. Like, they were bad on offense, 102 in scoring, bad on defense, 105th. And it's weird because the season started off really good. The first game of the year, they played UConn, who actually ended up winning like 9 or 10 games this year, and they beat them 50-7. And then what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
They
lose to Michigan State the next week.
Yeah, but they scored 50 points in that game. They only scored more than 30 points once the rest of the entire season, and that was against Villanova, who's an FCS school. Like, what happened in that first game? And they just fell off.
How are they like the opposite of Oregon?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're supposed to be the Oregon of the East Coast with the whole Under Armour thing.
Right.
And,
yeah.
And they're just not.
No. I mean, honestly, the only really bright spot they had was Ty Felton, their receiver, who had 96 catches, which was good for fourth in the country. But they lost 7 of their 8 last games, all by at least 2 scores. Like, just bad. And definitely the worst year under Mike Locksley since 2019. So for that, I gave him a D-. I thought this was a mitigated disaster for Maryland this year.
Wow, they beat USC.
Well, we know my opinion on USC. They were a D as well.
I know. But I mean, given how bad the Maryland season was, and you see win over USC.
They got to win over USC, and like I said, UConn, who ended up being really good. So
they beat Villanova, who's number 5 in the FCS. I mean, something. I gave him a D- too. I don't understand why Maryland's this bad at football. I thought crab cakes and football is what they do. Their finish grade, so since they got 4 wins, that gives them a C-.
Yeah, and averaged out their final grade for the 2024 season was a D.